Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you on Sunday, December the 18th, the year's 2022. Let's talk trading. Weekly open and gap. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. So, looking at the weekly, so far, we've had a green week. And if we look at the dashboard, there's a bunch of pairs that haven't filled the gap. So the weekly open gap play is still open on some of the pairs. The pound gap down and it went up. In fact, it hit the 122, broke it to 122.015 and it's pulled back about 25 pips. Well, 28 pips off the high right now, 39 off the low. And if we take a look at the monthly, we can see we're pulling off that monthly high by 270 pips. And you can see we took out, there's the monthly future pivot point. We've crossed that, but we haven't taken out the monthly pivot. Back to the week, we're below the weekly pivot at 22.41.8. So let's see if we take out the weekly. We are putting in the opening range right now for the week, and we are inside the opening range for the month. And we're still above the yearly midpoint, 17 pips above the low, 1573 below the high, 1351 below the yearly open. And we almost touched the low of the inside bar from 5 days ago. So inside bar traders, there's definitely some action here on the daily. Only, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the weekly and a bunch on the monthly. 66 pips range right now for the pound. And if you look at the chart, that looks like a daily return bar. So maybe price will get to at least the midpoint of that return bar. We'll have to wait and see just how this week plays out. And we are definitely above the, went right through the buy zone. Now, I looked at price when the market opened 2 p.m. my time, and the spread was about 20. I mean, the bid was at 42, and I think the ask was at 64. So there was no way to get this trade, at least not on the broker I was looking at. I'm not sure why they do that then. Maybe just to catch some people's stops. I'm not sure. And the range is large enough, and the red rats happen to be feasting at the moment. There's that weekly pivot we mentioned, and it looks like the daily pivot we've already taken out. And so near the pivot, it says the bias is short. Bambino Flex says to go long, crossing signals there. Once again, missed the monthly, haven't hit the weekly yet, and we've taken out the daily. And we missed the pivot 1 day ago too, so there is a pivot that needs to be taken out. So for the year, at the moment, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 missed pivots. That's a bunch. It's a lot of missed pivots. In and out of the lower wick zone, in and out of the upper wick zone. Range is only 66, so it doesn't even move the needle. And we haven't broken out of the high or the low on the week, so nothing really interesting on the range stats at the moment. though high minus close for rats 31 and close minus low for green rats 36. So anybody doing the rat trade, there was money to be made. We never broke below the weekly open. So, and like I mentioned earlier, you wouldn't have been able to get that buy zone trade. So that was a no-go. Walmart lines, you can see here, we really haven't had the price action to do Walmart trades. And this is 7 hours into the day. So there was I guess the last 3 hours. No, from 3, 4, and 5. So let's see, 3, 4, and 5. There was some movement there. And you can see we had a couple of 3 balls and we were putting in a new 3 ball. So there was a higher low back at this time right here. You can see price fell below it. And we're now putting in a lower high right here at 2171 to look for a long. You know, it was kind of interesting. I stumbled across another trader's YouTube channel, and I thought it was kind of interesting. He seems like he's another one of the market structure type traders. But what attracted me or what caught my eye was the fact that he only trades one pair, trades the Euro USD. Well, that was on the first video I watched, and that was yesterday. Then today, I decided to take another look at his channel, and then he came out, and he's decided to add another pair to trade a second pair. And it was like he lost me with that. You know, I wish him well, but it just goes to show how easy it is to go off your plan, to look for more. I mean, it seems like this guy's doing really well. He bought a new Mercedes. Looks like he takes nice vacations. So unless that's just all for the hype, and he seems like he's really doing well with his trading. So I'm not really sure exactly why. If he's trying to get greedy, trying to push it, but Walmart and I have been doing nothing but the pound dollar for a couple years now. Every now and then, when I see the yen extended, I might put a yen trade on, and I'm kicking myself for not doing it when the yen was above 151. I really should have been short at 150 and just held, but that's neither here nor there. But the point is, for the day in, day out trading, just stick with the one pair. You get to know it. If you just keep looking at the same pair over and over, day after day, and you get that chart, that seat time in front of that chart, you'll know it. You'll watch the way price moves. Like if there's a couple of videos, was it last week or the week before, when I was calling out trades, when we were doing the trading with wall malls, I could just see it, and it's nothing I could teach you, because it's just something that you'll gain with experience. And you can't have that experience if you're going from pair to pair like a butterfly. Now, you can be successful going from pair to pair. I mean, that's why I created the dashboard, because I used to like to do that. I would just look for prices, to be in for holo trades, prices to extend into the ATR zone and the rat trades, because I would know statistically you know, most of those pairs would be coming back. And but you have to be scanning, you have to be flipping charts, and sometimes when you're looking at one, you miss something on the other. And it's easy or simpler just to stick with the one pair. You know, make sure you take the opportunities that present themselves and you go from there. And right now we're putting in a lower high. Let's see, the time of day 7:35, so we've got a new M30, and right now it's red. Putting in a one ball on the M30. So 70.6, 121,706. Maybe look to go long with M30 turns green. Looking at the M5, we've got a green. You could take a turn trade off the bottom when this candle ends. Maybe get a few pips, or maybe you get a lot of pips. You just have to wait and see what happens. Nothing new on the year-to-date accumulated range and all those, so we don't even have to look at those right now. Nothing's changed. Looking at the trade reminder, we're pushing down on the H4 candle. Probably took out the H4 pivot. It's pushing down a little bit more. Sellers weak control on the weekly. Weak control on the daily. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens here. Monthly fade to pivot, sell, weekly fade to pivot, buy, and the daily's already hit the pivot. So conflicting signals. Funny thing is, you could probably make money trading both. It's all a matter of timing. So we've got that M5, we got two. Well, we had two greens there. Let's see, what's the range for this M30 right now? Only 5 pips. So it can still go further. So one of the things I've learned is, you know, don't trade against that M30 candle color, because you don't want to rush the trade and only get stuck. That's why I like to wait for that M5. Maybe it'll give me a turn trade. We'll have to just wait and see, but I think we're going to run out of time because the fastest 15 minutes in trading is just about up. So I hope everybody had a fun and safe weekend. And I wish you a profitable week this week. And when you sit down to trade, unless you stand up to trade or lie down to trade, always remember, never forget, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.